Okay, I'm going to show you how to graph tangent. So tangent is the, let's see, that is the sine over cosine. So it's the, on the unit circle, it would be the y divided by the x. And so we can just look at a couple key points here. Let's look at 0. Okay, y divided by x. We've got 0 divided by 1, so that's 0. Let's look at pi over 2. We would have 1 divided by 0, which is undefined. At pi, we've got 0 divided by -1, so that is 0. At 3 pi over 2, we have -1 divided by 0, so that's undefined. All right, and then we have at pi over 4, those have, it's root 2 over root 2, so that's just 1. 3 pi over 4 ends up being -1. And then 5 pi over 4, negative root 2 over negative root 2, that is a +1, and this is -1. And then back at 2 pi, that takes us right back to where we started, so we're at 0. And now if we have a negative angle, we're just going clockwise, so this would be -1. Okay, so what ends up happening here for our graph, we have these asymptotes at pi over 2. We have another asymptote at 3 pi over 2. Oops, and I forgot my other one at pi over 2. All right, and then we have x-intercepts at 0, at pi, and at 2 pi. And then my graph has this really nice increasing. There we go. All right, and the period here, for it to repeat itself, that's this section right in here. So the period is only pi, unlike sine and cosine who have a period of 2 pi. Okay, so for cotangent, it's very similar. It's just that when we have places where our, so cotangent, that is our cosine over our sine. And so on the unit circle, where is sine 0? Sine is the y values, and so that happens at 0 and pi. So here we have asymptotes at 0 and pi and 2 pi. All right, and then our x-intercepts happen here at pi and 3 pi, because these parts are 0, 1. This is the cosine, which is 0, divided by the sine, which is y. So here, and then our pi over 4s end up being the same value. So there is our cotangent. So the cotangent coasts downhill, tangent sweeps upwards. I think of this as how I remember it. Tangent is increasing, like this big, beautifully written tangent. Okay, both of them have a period of pi. All right, so we looked at what happens when we have the reciprocal function cotangent. Now let's look at the reciprocal function secant, which is 1 over cosine. So just to remind ourselves, cosine, okay, it coasts down, so here's our cosine. Okay, so now if I have a reciprocal of 1, reciprocal of 1 is still 1. All right, so I have a point there for for secant. Now the reciprocal of 0, 1 over 0, that is undefined. So I have an asymptote here. Whenever cosine is 0, there's an asymptote. Okay, I know that there's also the reciprocal of -1 is still -1. Okay, now ends up if we plug all these numbers in from the unit circle, you're going to get a really nice looking graph where it's just the kind of mirrored reflection of that cosine graph. And I'm not going to do all these, but you could kind of think about what this would actually look like. Cosine at pi over 4, that is root 2 over 2. And so the secant there would be the reciprocal, and that's about 1.4. So if you plugged all those numbers in, you would get this graph. And what's the period? That would be the amount of time it takes to repeat the cycle, and that would be, we have this graph going, you know, up and then down, up and then down. And so the period for repeat of that whole cycle is 2 pi. Okay, let's look at our cosecant, another reciprocal graph. Okay, and that is the reciprocal of sine x. Okay, so a reminder on sine. Sine says go up. All right, so here's my sine. And now the reciprocal function here, we would have asymptotes when the output of sine is 0. Okay, and so for our cosecant, we have these graphs here. There we go, and same period. It just kind of slid over a little bit compared to your secant. And then so these same key points, the reciprocals here of 1 and -1, those are still 1 and -1. Great, okay, so we have, the important thing here is that the period for cotangent and tangent, that is pi, but the asymptotes are different. And then the period for secant and cosecant, that is 2 pi. So let's see what happens when we start making some transformations. It's going to be really similar. Oops. All right, so let's look what happens when we have 2 cotangent of x. Okay, cotangent, this is how I remember, tangent goes up, and then my cotangent goes down, and it is, so this would be 2 times 1 over tangent. And where's our asymptotes? Well, the asymptotes would be where this would be x over y. So on the unit circle, where is the y value? 0, which happens at 0 and 2 pi. Okay, and then also don't forget about pi and negative pi, or that would be the same thing as 2 pi over 3 pi over 2. All right, and then our tangent goes up and our cotangent is a decreasing function. Okay, so there's our cotangent, and what happens when you have this 2 is it's just making, it's stretching it. So with a tangent, we would be at 1 and -1, but now we've stretched up. So we're at 2 and -2. So it's the same, but it just is much steeper graph. Okay, there you go. Okay, now on this one, it is the opposite of cotangent. And so we're going to still have the same asymptotes. Okay, but now it's going to be, instead of this original point, the output at cotangent is 1, but now it's the opposite of that. So now we'll be at -1. The opposite of 0 is still 0, and the opposite of -1 is 1. All right, so on this one, it's the opposite of a decreasing graph is an increasing graph, and it would still continue. There's that. Okay, and then it would be continuing over here as well. But usually we just have to draw one period of the graph. Great, let's look at a challenge. Okay, so I have tangent, or 1/2 tangent x minus pi over 4. So I do have a phase shift. And that is that's pi over 4. Okay, and then I also have this 1/2, which is just meaning that usually my key points would be at 1 and -1, but I'm just going to have my key points at 1/2 and -1/2. All right, so typically tangent has asymptotes at -pi over 2 and pi over 2. But the phase shift is sliding everything to the right. For me, I just get really confused trying to draw these with our reciprocal function. So what I do is I just take, okay, originally the asymptote, I'm just looking at where the asymptotes are. Okay, so originally we have x equals -pi over 2 as an asymptote, but now it's not just x, it would be x minus pi over 4. I just take whatever's in that parentheses and set it equal to the original asymptotes. Okay, now I'm just going to solve that. So adding pi over 4 to both sides, -pi over 2 plus pi over 4, we would get -pi over 4. Okay, so you've just calculated your phase shift. I mean, we could know that just looking at it, but this just helps me because there's a new asymptote. Okay, and then this one, we're adding pi over 4, so we'd get 3 pi over 4. So there's our next asymptote. Okay, here's pi over 4. This one is -pi over 4. Here's 3 pi over 4. So we have a new asymptote. Okay, and tangent sweeps upwards. So we've got our key points now. Instead of 1 and -1, they're at -1/2. All right, there we have it. We're going to do another one. All right, so here we have, again, our graph is shifted. I just get confused trying to visualize all of this. So I'm just going to take whatever's in that parentheses, and I'm going to figure out my new asymptotes. X over 2 plus pi over 8. Okay, so for cotangent, the original asymptotes are at 0 and at pi. Because cotangent, that is x over y, and on the unit circle, the y values are at 0, here at 0, and at pi. Okay, so now just solving that, x over 2, subtract pi over 2, or 8 from both sides, and then multiply both sides by 2. Let's see, we'd get -pi over 4. Okay, so there's our new asymptote. That's also the phase shift. So here at -pi over 4, I have my asymptote. Okay, my next asymptote is going to be, let's see, we're going to subtract pi over 8 from both sides. So this would be x over 2 equals 7 pi over 8, and then multiplying both sides by 2, we'd get x equals 7 pi over 4. And counting by pi's over 4, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pi over 4, so that's our next asymptote. And so let's see, we'll split this up. Half of that, there's our x-intercept. Half again, that's going to get our next key point, cotangent, coasting downhill. So we've got this kind of lazy coast up downhill. And there is our graph and our key points.